This week in Jamaica Now, another JUTC bus crash. This time the vehicle ended up in a gully. Disappointment over 2015 CSEC results. Help for a St. Thomas family living under a tarpaulin. Budget cuts coming as the government makes way for a signed public sector wage deal, and Andrew Holness fights on after unease over his leadership.
You show PNP how civilized we behave as a political party.
The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
News breaking in your area? Share your photos, your videos, your stories through the Gleaner's My Report.
Have a burning issue the authorities should know? Post it at the Gleaner's My Report.
It's easy. Just log on to jamaica-gleaner.com/myreport. Sign up and send today.
Your news.
Your views.
Your report.
Online.
The Gleaner's My Report.
See it.
Snap it.
Share it.
I'm Caroline Brown and this is Jamaica Now. Days after a Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC bus plowed into a vendor, killing him in downtown Kingston, there was another crash in the corporate area involving a bus from the state-run company this week. The JUTC chairman, Reverend Garnet Roper, says the driver in the second incident may have fallen asleep. It's reported that about 4:30 Thursday morning, the male driver made a bad turn, ran off the road, and crashed into a gully in Barbican, St. Andrew. The JUTC says the company has been looking at making the adjustments for some time, but it will now be fast-tracked given recent events. The Child Development Agency CDA has moved to intervene in the plight of a family of 4 that has been living under a tarpaulin in Bull Bay, St. Andrew for the past 2 months. The Chief Executive Officer of the CDA, Rosalie Gage Gray, says the team will conduct an assessment to determine the family's needs, and that will determine the course of action taken by the CDA.
We have first responders, right? So in matters like these, somebody would visit, get some information, and see what support we could provide through other agencies, mostly Ministry of Labour and Social Security, others. From our experience in matters like these, other agents would have responded as well.
The mother told the Gleaner that they ended up living under the tarpaulin after she and her daughters were kicked out of a house they were sharing with her sister. The Education Minister Ronald Thwaites is reporting that there was a 6.5 percentage point increase in mathematics passes in this year's CSEC compared with 2014, but there were declines in English and science-related subjects. According to Mr. Thwaites, English declined by 1.4 percentage points. Here are the other CSEC declines this year. Additional mathematics, 7.7 percentage points. Integrated science, 7.7 percentage points. Biology, 9 percentage points. Chemistry, 13.5 percentage points, physics 15.5 percentage points, and human and social biology 17.5 percentage points. Mr. Thwaites said overall there were improvements in 14 of the 35 subject areas. Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips has warned that there will be budget cuts this year to accommodate the new wage and benefits deal signed with several public sector unions this week. He made the declaration this week during the signing of the agreement with the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions to cover the period 2015 to 2017. According to Dr. Phillips, the deal exceeds what the government had initially budgeted, and so the budget cut is inevitable.
The good news in all of this is that ultimately we can see the results for the country of the sacrifices that have been made by the workers over the past contract year. Our debt is heading downwards as we committed to. We have maintained a balanced budget. We have increased capacity to paddle our own boat in the international marketplace. Employment is growing and unemployment is falling.
The full cost of the new wage deal has not been disclosed. However, the government had budgeted $165 billion for wages and salaries in the current 2015 to 2016 fiscal year. Jamaica Labour Party leader Andrew Holness has been given 6 weeks to show the party how he plans to finance his election-winning initiative dubbed Project Victory. The deadline was given to him following a 2-day caucus of opposition parliamentarians at the party's Belmont Road headquarters in New Kingston. The parliamentarians had met to discuss the fate of Holness as opposition leader. Some members reportedly want him to be set aside. Following the meeting, leader of opposition business in the House of Representatives, Derek Smith, said that there was no vote against Mr. Holness, seeking to assure that the party was united and is focusing on election victory.
We had lengthy discussion on the program, fine-tuning it of course, but at the end we had general acceptance of the program outlined by the leader.
I want to commend you for how you have behaved. You show PNP how civilized we behave as a political party.
And there has been unease in the People's National Party too. General Secretary Paul Burke says the party has developed new guidelines for the conduct of its members as the party steps up election preparation activities amid tension in areas where the sitting MPs are being challenged. Lisa Hanna's Southeast St. Anne constituency and Raymond Price's Northeast St. Elizabeth constituencies have been the sites of verbal clashes, protests and criticisms among opposing sides in the past months. The situation intensified recently when MP for Northwest St. Anne Dr. Dayton Campbell criticized Hannah's leadership and suggested that she is a better social media profiler.
This is a PNP, this is a Miss World. Some more people understand, say, yo, man, a socialist in this. Hello, somebody. How can you expect loyalty from somebody that you have been disloyal to?
Jamaicans have been urged to redouble their efforts to conserve on water as the country's drought situation worsens. The National Water Commission, NWC, has introduced new restrictions as it seeks to manage its water supply systems. Speaking at a press conference this week, acting president of the NWC, Mark Barnett, said customers in the corporate area will now receive water every 3 days instead of the previous schedule of every other day. He said the restrictions will continue until further notice.
This is specifically applicable to those communities served by the Mona and Hope water supply system. Customers served on the Constant Spring and Tullow Spring system will not be affected under this regime. So we have seen improvement on the western side of the corporate area, and as such the area that is in most deficit is on the southern and eastern section of the corporate area.
And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune into Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Caroline Brown, and as we go, a chat with Miss World 2014, Rolene Strauss, who told the Gleaners Nashana Lala that she wants to take back a piece of Jamaica to South Africa.
I'm very, very passionate about health. I'm a fourth-year medical student, and I love working with anything to do with health.
Jerk chicken or jerk pork yet? And Jamaican food yet?
No, I haven't tried Jamaican food yet, but tonight we have a big welcoming dinner, and they said that there will be traditional Jamaican food. So I would love to taste it. And I heard they said it's spicy, and I love spicy food. Yeah. So I've heard that the people here are so lovely and that they're so relaxed and they enjoy every minute of life. So I hope to take back a little piece of Jamaica with me.